In this podcast episode, Bill Maher interviews Roseanne Barr, a well-known comedian and actress. The conversation covers a wide range of topics, from personal anecdotes to social and political issues. Roseanne talks about her experience living in Texas and Hawaii and how she became interested in growing macadamia nut trees on her farm. She explains that macadamia nuts are a perfect protein for the world and could potentially solve world hunger. However, she also discusses the challenges of tending to 5,000 trees, including dealing with an overrun of wild pigs on her farm. The conversation then shifts to the topic of wild pigs, with Roseanne sharing her experiences of dealing with the animals and the difficulties of keeping them out of her farm. She estimates that there are around 4,000 wild pigs on her property and describes their intelligence and persistence in finding ways to access her farm. The discussion then turns to the topic of Bill Cosby, with Roseanne expressing her belief that Cosby's civil rights were violated during his trial. She argues that the prosecution violated the terms of an agreement with Cosby, leading to his conviction being overturned. Bill Maher and Roseanne discuss the legal and ethical implications of Cosby's case, with Roseanne expressing her views on the matter. The conversation then takes a more personal turn, with Roseanne and Bill reminiscing about their past experiences in the entertainment industry. They discuss the impact of Roseanne's sitcom and her role in bringing real truth to domestic American life. They also touch on the topic of child abuse, with Roseanne recalling how she was the first person to talk about the common occurrence of child abuse, despite facing skepticism at the time. The podcast also delves into the topic of free speech, with Roseanne expressing her belief in the importance of allowing everyone to have a voice, even if their views are considered nutty. She emphasizes the need to remember the value of free speech, especially in the aftermath of significant events like 9/11. The conversation continues with Roseanne expressing her surprise at learning about certain cultural practices and the dark side of humanity. She also shares her experience of playing the Wicked Witch in The Wizard of Oz on Broadway and her interest in Kabbalah and the Zohar. Bill and Roseanne discuss their views on truth, morality, and the nature of the world, delving into topics such as war, politics, and the influence of the media. Roseanne talks about her upbringing as both a Mormon and an Orthodox Jew, and how her diverse background has shaped her perspective on life. She also shares her thoughts on the influence of the media and the role of publicists in shaping public perception. The conversation touches on the concept of truth and the importance of open dialogue, even when individuals hold differing opinions. The discussion then shifts to political figures such as George Bush, Barack Obama, and Donald Trump. Roseanne expresses her views on the Iraq War, war profiteering, and the role of the military-industrial complex in shaping government policies. She also discusses her concerns about the militarization of the police force and the impact of government decisions on society.